Sorry. I was muted. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Welcome to another live stream. So I was saying, first of all, sorry for the delay. My MT4 was having issues, and yeah, well, it took a while to restart. And then I was mentioning that yeah, I was also listening to the Fetcher Paul that he just started his conference a few minutes ago. And yes, I was saying that, interesting enough, during this now movement, price basically went all the way down, closed this gap that it was in here, or this zone, between this demand zone and the high. So let's see now where it's going to go. Euro similar scenario. So yeah, thank you for letting me know. Otherwise I'll just keep speaking on mute. And happy Tuesday as well, and welcome to the stream. So what we have in here, right? So beginning of the week, a little bit as expected and as predicted, and as mentioned during last Saturday, Monday, price moved in the same direction that it has been moving from Thursday and Friday, but it's mostly because of a strong Friday day. Usually Monday is just a follow-up of what you have happening on Friday, especially if during the London Open price opens in the same direction as Friday move. Then expect a little bit of a retracement in the morning around 10, 11 or something like that, and then the continuation during the US session until price just continues to go into that direction. And then Tuesday can be a little bit of a reversal. It happened a little bit, but price actually already moved higher. It's going to be interesting to see what the dollar is going to do now, right? Again, as I mentioned last Saturday, I'm expecting price to eventually go and do some kind of a little bit of a retracement. 2-3 levels to look for. First, maybe retest of the base of this level. These left shoulders in here may have been taken already at this low. There's maybe some kind of gap still in here that price can take advantage of, somewhere in there where eventual price can go to. Then of course these levels in here, maybe this one already took a little bit that one. This is the new level that the price created, opening in there, which is also aligned with this level in here that initially could have been used as a sell, which now has been used a little bit as a long and respected one more time. Meanwhile, we already took a little bit of this high, retesting now from these lows. I can see more move to the upside on the dollar. Question mark now for me actually is, are you going to create some kind of mid-level range somewhere in here? The price is not going to even go this deep, and eventually price actually is going to go upwards and take these highs created back in beginning of January, so during the last NFP, and then we're going to have that deep retracement, and then maybe take this level and go out here, go higher after that. Just zoom out a little bit just to have a bigger view of maybe what we can actually do in here. So This kind of what I'm looking for. Yes, the base of this can be interesting to have some kind of reaction on the dollar. Target or natural target could be targeting this high altogether, right? From these lows all the way to those highs. Question mark is, are you going to get there almost straight without any deep retracement, or are you going to have some kind of a little bit of a deep retracement before we get there, right? If you don't have that deep retracement, maybe the deep retracement can happen after eventually you do take this high, and that may happen afterwards, right? And now we are free to go here or somewhere in there to look for another long, and then maybe navigate all the way through maybe to these highs in here, and this becomes maybe the next level in there, with special attention to this level in here. So it's a little bit to keep following what the dollar is going to do. There's still a lot of things that needs to play out in order for these scenarios to occur. Again, I'm looking for some kind of retracement eventually on the dollar. We can create some kind of mid-level range in here without the need for price to actually go down. I would like to see some kind of fake out happening in here, and from here maybe we can start doing this kind of compression, which eventually, when we do turn that could be a natural target. Whatever low it's going to be created in here. This is actually kind of a second day move after you create the lower low. Usually you have a little bit of a range. Eventually you're going to have some kind of fake out, leaving space between the low that is going to be created towards the next level. So there's going to be some space left in there, which is going to be filled eventually when price goes back down and kind of takes that low, and now can reverse and can go higher. Again, depends if we do break some level of structure around these highs, or if we do actually respect level. In that case, maybe there's no engulf upwards and price may just want to continue to move down. So all these different variables to pay attention to. And yes, I would actually like to see that now that I'm talking about it. So we have already this kind of the below. If there's anything in here that could be used eventually for price to kind of get faked out and then continue to go higher, and this becomes the new base of the level. We can separate these rectangles, kind of something in here, and maybe eventually wherever the low is created, we can create something like this, and we can keep extending it all the way up. Now let's see if that happens. Could be maybe tomorrow and Wednesday, some kind of reversal and continuation to the upside. Yep, something interesting in here. Lower time frame, there's maybe even a chance to go a little bit higher, even still respect a little bit that level. Yes, we actually took the low. Now that I actually pay attention to it in the lower time frame, and actually remove this and add these lows in here. We actually maybe have taken it. I think we did. Maybe didn't. Hard to see like that. So yeah, question mark if you did took that those lows or not. So interesting. Maybe something in there could be seen. All right, so this is the dollar. Again, continuation to the upside, following on Monday as we predicted last Saturday. Overall, the bigger picture, all of it has been predicted for the last month or so, or for the last few weeks. We finally took those lows, price reversed as expected, reacting from somewhere inside here, and that was the catalyst as well for everything else to evolve and to move. Talk about the other major FX pairs, including gold as well, moving and reversing. Looking at the Euro index again, right? So it finally goes a little bit more into that bearish momentum. Now we're testing these lows. It was another key level that we have been looking for and talking about for a long time now, that eventually will take these highs out together. Initially a little bit of a retracement, but the final target would be always the next level of structure, which was this supply in here. Everyone can look and see the spice, not just between these highs in here, but actually this week between all that supply. Finally price went there. Euro index has been moving in this strong compression, to the upside. For example, the same thing that I mentioned, we have a slightly engulf in here from this low, and this can eventually become actually the new target for this move to the downside. Price can target this low, not just actually pause at this low, but actually target the next level. Like maybe this can be the next target for this move to the downside on the euro index, which could be more room to the downside on the euro dollar as well. I can, again, another coincidence or not, but it's another ECB, another high created during the ECB press conference, and after that price euro kind of falling and moving to the downside after that, just like it was in here. This was a previous ECB press conference as well. Price kind of moved towards there for the 2-3 weeks after that. So let's see if this is the higher high for now, for the next few weeks or so on the euro index. Right, we already reacted from that supply in there, so maybe there's no need to have such a deep retracement now. Maybe just somewhere, maybe it's just somewhere in here, or even using now all these previous left shoulders. I'd like to see a little bit more of a break of these lows in here, and eventually could indeed maybe retrace a little bit somewhere in there to look for that short or continuation to the downside. We have that level in there, and eventually to fill all this price that can be initiated with this break of a low and all the way until there. So that can be interesting to look for on the euro index. Again, another one that we've been looking for and targeting for quite a few months. Interesting enough, it coincides with the turn on the dollar as well. Another one that we have been talking about, yen index. There you go, right? So for the last couple of weeks, I haven't really paid attention or too much attention to the yen since we are in this range in here, but I did mention, if you guys remember, attention to this supply level, right? Neither this low or all these lows in here had reacted from, not supply, demand, had reacted from this demand zone. So it will be quite interesting for it to kind of fake out all these lows, go into there and then react from it. And that's apparently what happened, right? Again, go back to the videos, you can take a look into it anytime I analyze this GPYX yen index. This is exactly what a level that I was talking about. Nice reaction, nice move to the upside. Again, a little bit of more news in Japan regarding the governor of the Bank of Japan. There you go, move upwards after this kind of sell-off that occurred on Friday. We opened with a gap during the weekend, respected the demand, and now it's moving higher. Maybe there's a chance to even break above this high, since this high is kind of stopped a little bit in the middle. Maybe targeting this level now, this other extreme in there on the yen. And the same way that you are looking at this yen moving to the upside, it's basically the same, but the dollar yen is actually moving to the downside. And the euro yen moving to the downside, and so on and so forth, right? So that's what we are seeing, and that's exactly what we have, or a key level that we have predicted during the stream for the last couple of weeks as well. Now jumping into the indices. Again, we have S&P, nothing much. Price now retested this previous level of resistance, working a little bit as support. We have this trend line in here. This is a key supply level where price is reacting from. In my opinion, I would like to see still see S&P going a little bit higher before even thinking about a major turn to the downside. And don't forget that there's still the chance to even fake out these highs from August and go react to that supply on the left side that is still fresh. This highs never really reacted from it, so there's a chance that you can still fake out that. However, somewhere in here can be also maybe enough for now for price to go there. One of my favorite kind of approaches that I would like to see for price to actually react still underneath these highs without breaking. Are you okay, my mouse? Something's wrong with my mouse now. Okay, it looks like it's working again. One of the one of the types of PA that I would like to see happening on the S&P in order to still look for that sell of the reversal in alignment with this highs. It will be, for example, for price to actually look at this supply level and respect it. So not just respect it once, but respect it even more than one time. Even make it look like price actually super bearish. Kind of what would make price look super bearish? It would be the scenario of not just even respecting this demand zone, but actually breaking through and even break this trend, the upper trend line that you can see. Make it look like everyone is thinking about okay, price actually wants to go down, but before we do that, we just go up one last time. Now it looks like we have a double top in here, have a few spikes in there, and then go actually upwards, fake out, create that fake out, and now turn, right? Make it look like first is bearish, break maybe this low, maybe break the trend line altogether, make everyone think about being bearish, just to then collect those stop losses from these guys, go into that fresh supply that is still in there at the origin of the move, and you can go down after that if that's what it wants to, without the need maybe to fake out the size altogether. This would be quite interesting. So first bearish signs by breaking the structure, and then finally go up one more time and do the opposite, kind of fake out the size. It's quite similar to what happened on the dollar, on the euro, and so on during this last reversal that it occurred. This level in here, it was quite good. This was still a Quasimodo pattern created with these highs. As you can see, it's a beautiful level. What a spike just into that. Beautifully, left shoulders goes down, fake out, goes down. This is exactly covered this morning in the morning call video, guys. Yep, quite beautifully. This level in there. Yep, what a move. Nasdaq, a little bit similar. There you go, same thing, same Quasimodo pattern, same level. Nasdaq a little bit different just in terms of where price is still on the left side. I would still like to see Nasdaq going a little bit higher as well. Nasdaq needs to kind of accelerate a little bit the process comparing with S&P. There's a little bit more room to move until it gets maybe closer to those highs. We did took this high. Now moving a little bit higher could be interesting. But maybe still targeting as well those highs from the middle of August, right? That could be interesting. Now we still have this support resistance, which S&P already is reacting from. We do have this upper trend line as well. So let's see what's going to happen in there. On Nasdaq, again, maybe a little bit more room to the upside. Again, another one that during this last month or so, we predicted almost precisely everything that happened. I was looking at this one as an engulf upwards. This level, I had marked it since November. This key level in here, this demand zone, this origin, and after that price just moved to the upside. Big reason is engulfed to the upside in there. So another good reversal in here, and the Dow. Right, the Dow continues in this range in here. The Dow, as I mentioned, between the indices is it's the one that I'm a little bit more bearish than the other ones, just based on what I can see from price. We have this range still, paying attention to that. We do have all this kind of moving here. Never really broke this low, so that's important to pay attention to. We may break first this level, try to fill that one. If you do break below this level, then maybe you can try to fill this one in here. So I'm still a little bit bearish because I would like to see first price getting closer to this level before even thinking about breaking these highs. Let's see if that happens or not. But so far, yes, Dow has been the index that has been a little bit more bearish comparing with the other ones. I was still looking for or seeing bullish signs on the S&P, Nasdaq, on the Dow, a little bit more bearish, and price has been behaving just like that. Interesting enough. So those are the indices usually that that we look for. Any key levels that you are looking for, guys, just feel free to share. Now if I take a look at individual one, is this working? Yes, it is. Perfect. And of course euro. Just missed the short. Yes, so the euro, again, it's just a continuation as predicted. What range were we looking for to get filled? As we mentioned beautifully, we started in here, full compression all the way up until finally we turn and the space has been filled, right? So any short that we had from somewhere in there, it could be target as in here. After that, we kind of fill a little bit of space. Nice little demand zone where price kind of reacted today. From there, on the 4-hour time frame is quite visible. Nice reaction from this previous level of supply that should have been respected. Price to downside, it didn't. And I'm looking for price to go a little bit lower still before maybe that major reversal. Now it just took this high. This was quite obvious. I actually was looking for price to go a little bit higher. That's why actually I didn't short now, because I was looking for price to go a bit higher. I think price still took the week. This one. Let me just actually double confirm it. So the high is... Anyway, it's not counting the high. Why is not appearing the highs, man? I don't understand. It doesn't... forget about it. It doesn't appear. I have no idea why. Ah, okay. There you go. Finally. So the high is 1.07662. That one, right? 662. And in here, the high is... It's exactly the same? Or is it still holding? It's still holding. Yeah, it's still holding. It's lagging a lot, guys. I have no idea why. I cannot see. Yeah, eventually it's going to appear. Whatever. Let's see if it took or not. I was looking for price to go in here, actually. To short it. Somewhere in there. Okay, so price didn't really react from there. Kind of paused just before it. Great. Yeah, this level in here, nice little demand zone with a Quasimodo, but I was looking for price to go still maybe a little bit lower, into somewhere in there, retracting from this level in here. Interesting enough to see if we do break below that level, and then let's see what happens. And this is what we want to pay attention to, right? So even this morning, right, price took this above low. You should have shorted, and you should have gone long, man. But in the real account. You're a magician. You saw the news exactly as they happened. Yeah, so that's a little bit more down on the euro. Before maybe reversing. So again, as price is moving down, it's important to go and collect some supplies that are there. We could see that this has already had broken this sign here, so that's kind of an engulf up. As price is going down, there's already this spike cleaning the supply, so everything in here is compressed. So after that, as price is reversing, we start looking at the next level. Where is the next level? It will be somewhere in here, right? Somewhere in there. Next still question mark, did you fake out that high north, which kind of it will be in alignment with this previous level of structure that was here from the past, where kind of price went there now. So let's see now what's going to happen tomorrow. There may be some kind of reversal going on as well. Here at the highs, nothing much, similar to the dollar index. If eventually I'm expecting the deep reversal to the deep retracement on the dollar to the downside, eventually expecting that deep retracement as well On the euro, not sure if there's something still in here or if this has been already taken. Somewhere in there, or if eventually price can close maybe some gaps that were left behind in here on the euro, closer to the extremes, right? In here already spiked during the NFP, so that maybe it's already done. Again, maybe the next target, similar to the dollar, similar to the XY, it will be to retest these lows that were created 6th of January during the last NFP. Are we going to go there? We'll see. This can be kind of a good level of structure. We have these levels in here as well. So let's see what's next on the euro. But yes, there is maybe that room to go and to fill now. After, initially it was this one, right? As I mentioned. Now maybe start targeting that zone in there. So we are in this momentum now. After that reversal that again we were looking for and expecting on the euro. Pound in there as well, right? Interesting. Yep, it fake out the highs, yesterday highs. Interesting enough. Pound is getting a little bit more closer to that level. I know it reversed now a little bit from here, so we are getting closer to these lows created on the 6th of April, 6th of January. It's a little bit leading. Again, it was another one full compressed. First target could be below this level, all the way up, which we are compressed until finally turn. It was another one that we talked about in here. So let's see what's going to happen next. If you're going to have some kind of reaction from somewhere in here, for price to go a little bit higher. Now we kind of broke these highs in here. That's maybe a good indication of maybe what to expect in the future, in terms of maybe looking a little bit for longs, maybe closer to this level. Maybe with price going to the next level. So let's see what's going to happen there. You are afraid. Yeah, that's for pound. What is euro pound doing? Euro pound. Yep. Feel the range in there. Did we pick out these highs? Just quite, right? Just literally retested the extreme of that level. Now it's reacting from this zone in there. Can go lower. There's maybe still something in here to be used. All right, interesting enough. We already broke these walls. Interesting. So this is what price does now, right? So this price is moving down. What it does is it literally took the lows almost by the peep and it reversed. So this is an engulf down, but on the other hand, this is maybe a good level to start looking for some kind of retracement. Look at where it did move to. Retested these lows and retested, and it took that KM zone. There you go. Where did it go to? Incredible. Incredible. Yeah, good job, Aussie. This is a level I was looking to short, but when this move down happened, there was never the retracement. There you go. Right? So the extremes, they matter, and it's exactly. We just never know when they are going to be picked up. We just never know when they are going to be picked up. I don't know if I even covered this one on Saturday, but there you go. Right? This is the supply. It's in there. This high never got there, and if you just select an horizontal line in there, you can kind of go left, and now you see where price just reacted from, right? Almost is magic. Yeah. Interesting enough, right? It left that extreme. So that's the beginning of a new extreme in here. This kind of a new compression starts from here all the way down. It just filled literally the extreme, respected it, and it moved to the downside. And now it looks like it might go and respect now break off these walls and may go down from here. So beautiful move in there, interesting enough. And nice move from the Aussie. Yep. Yeah, maybe continuation a little bit more to the downside. Again, this was maybe the first level of compression that needed to be filled, as we covered it, starting even with this low. There's maybe even the continuation that can occur afterwards. There's maybe something in here that price can still use it as well, or eventually can actually go target all this in here. See what's going to happen on the Aussie afterwards, right? A nice reaction from that extreme. There's no engulf up for now. But it's nice. Just from one spike to the other, right? How amazing this is. This happens more often than you can imagine. Spike created during some kind of news. I don't know if it was the NFP. Not the NFP, the FOMC. Then price went down. And there you go. One touching the other. And now it may continue to go higher. We already broke these highs in here. In there. So it may just continue to go higher now. Let's see how it's going to react from there. But maybe that's a continuation. So just literally touch this point. Basically to the pip. As you can see. This happens more often than you can imagine, and there was literally this demand zone as well in here. This was never really got to that level. So nice little reaction from the cut. This is a good level to keep an eye on it in the future when you find this kind of spikes happening like this. So yes, there's maybe more room to the upside. Again, it was another one that we were talking for a while. I mentioned on the card I wanted to see price taking these lows before any move upwards, or at least before any good move upwards, and we even looked at all this compression all the way until there, until this white line, which is exactly where price end up reversing. So nice move on the cut in there. Maybe a bit more room to the upside that can happen. On the cut, still looking for maybe this value in here can be interesting above these highs. Some kind of reaction. Let's see. Or price can maybe just even continue to go higher after that. The yen pairs, I forgot to talk about the dollar yen. Another one, just slightly a small fake out of this high. Retracement all the way down. This can be considered basically as an engulf upwards. Let's see just what price is going to do, or until where price is going to retrace before maybe continue to move higher. For now, it looks like it's just retesting from this level in here, previous level structure in there. Let's see the yen if it's going to continue to go higher or not. Yep, nice reaction from there. Here, just kind of similar to the Aussie, slightly different but kind of similar. It was another extreme that price never really got there, and there you go. In the future, eventually it went all the way there to take the orders from the extreme. Right, we had that break of a trend line in here. Price kind of paused in here in the middle. It never really got to the extreme in there, and now it reacted. Now it reacted from it. It was a little bit similar. Yep, we never really know when the extremes are going to be picked up. This is exactly quite a nice level. Neither these sides ever reacted from that supply in here in alignment with this left shoulder. So that's actually a really beautiful A really beautiful move. Where price reacted from overnight on Monday. Yep. Great level in there. And what is this? What are you guys doing? PowerPoint Swiss, another one, small fake out to the highs, kind of showing indication where it wants to go next. But before that, it's kind of reversing. Let's see if it's going to go higher now from here, or if it's going to retrace a little bit more closer to these levels. Yeah, but another one, right? Slightly fake out, which initially is a fake out that for the future it represents an engulf upwards. Yeah, that's the Franc Swiss. Again, another one that can turn and can go much higher from where it is now after we took those lows on the left side. It's another one with a good influence from the dollar. And gold didn't really broke new lows today. Another one took out these lows. It finished the first level of compression that we were talking about, right? It was this one. All the way through in here it was compressed. We took a little bit this low in there from this one, and the compression has been filled. So now we broke into the next level. So what's next for gold? Maybe even feeling somewhere in there. We are creating out this accumulation of lows in here. There's maybe some fake out to happen. Another one that went exactly to the extreme. Do I have that rectangle in there? Yeah, so let's see. Let's see on gold, where does it want to go to? We are creating these ranges, so be careful when you start creating these ranges. Most likely you may have those small fake outs and then continuation to the downside. And that maybe has occurred now. Just respecting these highs for a while. Yep, these middle ranges that we see happening. Far away from the extremes, but in the middle. It's a way to create liquidity to then move on. Yeah, that's basically it in terms of every asset that you're looking for. Ethereum, you remember my prediction, right? Yep, nice little reaction from the supply level. BTC most likely reacted from the same level. Still in here. BTC, I still like actually this one in here a little bit higher. Okay, still a little bit underneath. Yeah, Ethereum. The way I finished my last stream, I kind of predicted the potential move for the next few weeks or so, with eventually price getting somewhere in there before any turn down. So let's see if that's going to happen. Keep going in compression upwards. Keep taking these demand zones from there. And then let's see what's going to happen on Ethereum. Yeah. So good reaction now in the afternoon. Good levels. Expecting a little bit more room to the upside on the dollar, downside on the other ones, but some kind of mid-level ranges being created in there can be quite interesting. So different type of opportunities now to be created. We are not exactly at the extremes now to look for these big reversals. It's more of mid-level zones that price can go, try to find where are those extremes in these mid-levels that can work as target or can work as a potential zone to look for trades. That's kind of where you can look for. Yep. If you're looking for reversals, maybe at this point it's still not the timing to look for the retrace all the way back to the highs. Yeah, if you're looking for still shorts, anytime price reverses upwards or retraces a little bit to the upside, maybe you can look for a little bit more bigger targets. And that's basically it for me. It's a quick one. Hope you guys have a great rest of the week. We are back here on Saturday, next Saturday, for the weekly analysis. So far, the predictions has been accurate. So if you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week, and thank you for watching. Bye bye. Obrigado.